Hello, this is Dr. Tae, and today's episode is on Hawthorn Berry. The pinyin, the Chinese name is Shanza. And Hawthorn Berry is an herb that has. The herb itself is not that interesting, but it should be more popular than other herbs out there, in my personal opinion. Do I use this herb? The answer is yes. I use this herb for a lot of reasons, and this should be a household name in the next 5, 10 years. And this is my job to help make that happen. If you're watching these episodes and you're like, okay, what is a good herb that I should be taking on a consistent basis for majority of Americans? The number one killer is heart disease, right? People eat a lot of cooked vegetable oil, olive oil, avocado oil, canola oil, any type of oil that you cook. You are creating what they call amyloid proteins, aka arteriosclerosis in your cardiovascular system. If that builds up passing the blood-brain barrier, they call it plaque in the brain, which causes Alzheimer's and all of these fun things. And they always tell me, oh, the avocado oil has less specific heat, so therefore the oil doesn't, transform that much. You need a higher specific heat and all this stuff. Yeah, that is true, and that's what I call marketing. That's how they try to, get bypass it. So if you cook any type of oil, it will create an inflammatory response inside your body, and it will take about 48 hours to process it. So if you're eating it every single day, guess what? You have a lot of buildup in your body, and there is a concept or what they call high density lipoprotein and low density lipoprotein. And they always label low density lipoprotein to be the bad guy because low density lipoproteins are the stuff that builds up in your brain as plaque or arteriosclerosis in your cardiovascular system. This herb has the ability to relieve food stagnation. When you eat the herb, it has a warm tendency, and the herb should be more sour. It is more sour than sweet. The sweet is just a little bit, and it enters the heart, liver, spleen, and stomach. And this is what the hawthorn berry looks like, and this is when it's fresh. But when I go to an herbal shop and get it, it looks more like this. And what I do is I tear off that little thing, grab like a handful, and I start chewing it after I eat like a Thanksgiving meal because it helps tremendously with digestion. And because of its sour nature, it has the ability to break things up, especially LDLs. And that's what the research shows for this herb. It is one of the main ingredients for a formula in Chinese medicine called Bahuan. Bahuan is a major herb that helps reduce food stagnation. There are people, and I'm going to use the word retarded because retarded means to slow to progress. Okay, I don't see it in a pejorative way. I mean in a medical way, where if people have retarded digestive systems, for example, for people who have they have very slow moving small intestine. I forget the name of the diagnosis at the moment, but these people get a lot of gas, bloating, and very uncomfortable. And sometimes they get sharp, sharp pain. And when that type of case manifests, I recommend Bahuan. I rarely use this formula. However, I do recommend people to go to an herbal shop and have this ready at their house as a snack. And after eating a heavy, greasy meal like fried chicken wings on Super Bowl, like this would be the snack that you would have to eat. The formula consists of other herbs. Chen pea is like this citrus peel that helps like move a lot of phlegm and send qi. Bancha, this stuff is actually very expensive. I try not to use this formula ingredient a lot, but in one of the future episodes, I will talk about bancha because it's a great herb to use it. And today, I just recommended to a friend, Nikki, who's helping me with these videos, that she should buy this Fu Ling. Strengthens the spleen, drains dampness, harmonizes the middle jiao, and transforms phlegm. And all of these different herbs help Shanza to help digest food, especially meat and fatty foods. Now, having said all of this, they did a lot of research, which I really don't want to get into, the research articles. and they talk about, oh, this herb is good for, diabetes and metabolic syndrome and obesity and all of these things. A lot of these studies, when I look at it, it's flawed because they're not measuring what these people are eating, right? Just taking the herbs and see how these people respond to it. And I think what they should be really doing is making people eat fried chicken every single day and take Hawthorn Berry as a juice versus Group B, who is taking fried chicken wings every single day and not drink this juice and see how they respond. I think that would be a very interesting research to see, but unfortunately, they don't do research that way. They do a lot of double-blind studies, but the mechanisms behind Shanza, they're trying to see, oh, is it helping people lose weight or anti-diabetic effects? No, because if you really understand how this thing works, it helps digest the LDLs, the low-density lipoprotein. So if you eat a fatty meal, you should make a drink out of it. And if you made a drink and if these things are like falling apart in your juice, I would eat the actual Hawthorn berry with it. Make it into like a drink with like those bubble teas. People, they eat the remnants of whatever's in there, right? So that's a great idea actually. I would maybe add goji berries together and make it some sort of like cool drink to drink with it. But outside of that, a lot of the research shows that this helps break up a lot of the low density lipoproteins. And low density lipoproteins, they always label it as the bad because it builds up, but they also have a very important function. Low density lipoproteins act as a transport system, meaning they travel somewhere into your body. And these are the functional ones, not the one that builds up in your body. Those are the bad lipoproteins, but there are some good ones out there too. And you need this LDL. And a lot of people will have this misconception of how biochemistry works. The low density lipoprotein acts as a transport system where they go into another body part and they hack off a triglyceride, aka fat, and then they transport it either to the liver and they make more bile salts, right, which gets infused and released into your small intestine to help you digest better. The low density lipoproteins also carry these fats for processing in different glands, like your adrenal glands, your thymus, your thyroid. It helps feed that system. So do we need low density lipoproteins? The answer is yes. And if you eat good diet, it will have a lot more LDLs. However, eating cooked vegetable oils, you'll do the bad LDLs, and rightfully so, but they don't talk about the good LDLs. You need LDLs. All right. So my recommendation is that if you could get to an herbal shop, get some Hawthorn berry and use it as a digestive aid. Or this is not medical advice once again, right? This would talk to your doctor about taking Hawthorn berry as a regular situation. If you are taking medication for your cardiovascular system, high blood pressure, high liver fats and all that stuff, what I recommend is, the answer is yes. Should you stop taking your medication and just take this? No. Go talk to your doctor about it, and let's just leave it like that. Okay, now for more content like this, please hit the like button, subscribe, ask questions on the comment section below. I'll be happy to get back. This is not my full-time job being a YouTuber or anything like that. I'm just starting out, so just give it some time, but I will get back to answering the questions. And for more content like this, stay tuned. Every time you like these videos, it gives me a lot of motivation to pump out more videos because there's a lot of good herbs out there that are misrepresented and people just read the research and not know how to navigate it. In a future video, I am going to come back to talk about this herb. It's a funny story. I think a lot of you who are woo-woo into that stuff, I got some story that you might not believe about Hawthorn berries and some of the things that I used to do that I no longer do. So there's a huge disclaimer about that. So if you mention in the comment section, I'd be happy to give you some hints about what I'm going to talk about in regards to this herb. So stay tuned for more videos like this. Thank you. Bye.